If anyone ever asked Ethan what his greatest regret in life was, he would not say that he lost the woman he loved. He would not say that he lost the child he never got the chance to meet. He would say that he never knew the woman he loved had died alone on the coldest, rainy night of her life. Even years later, whenever rain touched the ground, he remembered her smile, her voice, and the future they once dreamed of building together. Ethan and Lily fell in love when they were 17. They were each other's first love. They rode their bicycles to school together, shared meals when money was tight, and spent sleepless nights studying for university exams. Everyone believed they would eventually get married. The day Ethan was accepted into university, he held Lily tightly and whispered, "Wait for me. One day, I will marry you." Through tears, Lily smiled and replied, "I'll wait." Life, however, had different plans. During his final year of university, Ethan's father was diagnosed with a serious illness. The medical bills quickly became impossible to afford. His family sold nearly everything they owned, yet the debt continued to grow. Then a wealthy family offered to pay for the treatment. Their condition was simple but cruel. Ethan had to marry their daughter. For months, he struggled between love and responsibility. Ethan loved Lily with all his heart. He imagined growing old beside her and building a family together. But every time he visited the hospital and saw his father fighting for his life, guilt consumed him. Eventually, he made the decision that would haunt him forever. He chose his family. He accepted the arrangement. In doing so, he walked away from the woman he had promised to love for the rest of his life. The day Lily saw Ethan's engagement photos online, her entire world collapsed. She did not cry. She did not call him. She did not ask why. Instead, she quietly turned off her phone and stared into the darkness. As if fate wanted to be even crueler, doctors informed her that same day that her mother had terminal cancer. Within hours, she had lost the future she dreamed of and learned she might soon lose her mother too. Lily barely had time to grieve. She worked during the day and spent every night at the hospital. Sometimes she slept less than 2 hours. Yet whenever her mother looked at her, she smiled and pretended everything was fine. Her mother never knew about Ethan's engagement. She also never knew that Lily was carrying a child. Hidden beneath her pain was a secret that could have changed everything if Ethan had known. Many nights Lily picked up her phone hoping to call Ethan. She wanted to tell him he was going to be a father. She wanted to hear his voice one last time. But every time she saw another photo of his new life, she stopped herself. Maybe he had already moved on. Maybe he was happier without her. So she carried the secret alone, believing it was the only choice she had left. One cold winter night, her mother's condition suddenly worsened. Doctors urgently needed medication that was not available in the hospital. Without hesitation, Lily grabbed an umbrella and rushed into the storm. Rain poured heavily from the sky. She called relatives and friends, desperately trying to borrow money. Her heart raced as she crossed crowded streets. All she could think about was saving her mother before it was too late. As Lily stepped into an intersection, a truck suddenly lost control. A horn blasted through the rain. Tires screamed against the wet pavement. People shouted. Everything happened in seconds. The impact sent her to the ground. The storm continued above her as strangers rushed to help. The world around her faded into darkness, while sirens echoed in the distance. As Lily stepped into an intersection, a truck suddenly lost control. A horn blasted through the rain. Tires screamed against the wet pavement. People shouted. Everything happened in seconds. The impact sent her to the ground. The storm continued above her as strangers rushed to help. The world around her faded into darkness, while sirens echoed in the distance. To honor Lily's final wish, the hospital kept the truth hidden. Her mother was still in critical condition, and doctors feared the shock would kill her. They told her that Lily had gone away for work. Every day she asked the same question. "Where is my daughter?" The nurses forced gentle smiles and repeated the same answer. No one had the courage to tell her that the person she missed most was already gone. 3 months later, Ethan finally learned the truth. An old friend told him about the accident. Refusing to believe it, he rushed to the cemetery. There he stood before a gravestone bearing Lily's name. Beneath it was a small box containing an ultrasound photo and a letter. As he read her words, his hands trembled. He realized that he had lost not only Lily, but also the child he never knew existed. A week later, Ethan visited Lily's mother. She looked healthier and greeted him with a warm smile. Then she asked the question he feared most. "Where's Lily? Why hasn't she visited me?" Every word pierced his heart. Finally, he placed Lily's photograph on the table. A black mourning ribbon hung from the corner. His voice broke as he whispered, "Mrs. Carter, I'm sorry. Lily passed away 3 months ago." The room fell silent. Lily's mother stared at the photograph as if time had stopped. Slowly, she understood. Her daughter had never been away on a business trip. Her daughter had been gone all along. After a long silence, she whispered, "So she didn't come because she couldn't?" Ethan lowered his head and cried. There was nothing he could say that would lessen the pain of a mother who had just lost her only child. 1 month later, Lily's mother passed away. People said cancer had finally won, but everyone who knew her believed something else. Her illness may have weakened her body, but it was heartbreak that destroyed what remained. Years later, Ethan still visits the cemetery whenever the first rain of the season falls. He brings flowers, sits beside the graves, and listens to the rain, remembering the woman he loved and the life they never had.